Hi everyone, and welcome to Everyday Physics. What I'm going to be talking to you about today is how to navigate the Moodle site. So when you first jump onto the Moodle site, you'll see a couple of videos at the top, which I'm filming right now, how to do well in the course and how to navigate the course. So these videos are going to be hosted on YouTube, but if you can't access YouTube, they'll also be hosted on the box, which you will be able to access. Right underneath that, what you see is the next 3 weeks. And it is, as the name suggests, the next 3 weeks. So what's coming up in the 3 weeks that are coming up in the course. So what we do is, it's really quick. It's just a short dot point list of what you should be thinking about. So things like, topics that are coming up that you might be able to do. So for example, we tell you what topics you can do in the first week. We also say, do things like the tutorial questions, watch the video solutions, attempt the practice quiz, etc. And also we talk about assessments that are coming up. So, and things to do for that assessment. So that's in the next 3 weeks. Right underneath that is the announcements forum. So the announcements forum will be where course staff will post up important information for you. So that's right at the top of the Moodle page. What you'll see underneath that then is a few just important sections and then all of the topics. So let's just go through from the top. So important course information. Right underneath that is the course administration. So if we click on the first link, it is the course outline. So this is where all of the most important information is going to be. You can see you've got contact details for staff members here. You've got information about the topics. You've got information about which topics you can do in the investigations. You have a schedule here, which we give you recommendations on what you should be doing each week and some due dates. It's really important to, print these things out and make sure that you know what you're supposed to be doing and when. We also talk about the assessment tasks and feedback. So this is a breakdown of what the weighting of the tasks are, the submission dates, the due dates for submission for each task, and these are all in Australian Eastern Standard Time or Australian Eastern Daylight Time, so basically the time in Sydney. Also, who will be giving you feedback and when you can expect that feedback. So that's really important. It's really important to actually keep a note on that because that gives you the specific dates. Also, we give you other things like the prescribed textbook, additional resources, equipment that you'll need to complete the investigations. It's all common household equipment, but if you are wondering if a piece of equipment that you have is suitable, feel free to get in touch with us. Also, based upon my experience and other forms of feedback and evaluation, this is just a quick, list of the ways that the course has changed over time. Also, administration matters, which will be things like, late penalties, how to apply for special consideration and things like that, school contact and faculty contacts, and academic integrity, referencing and plagiarism. So that's all in the course outline. It's really important that you take note of that. And I'll be coming back to this table, the course schedule, in a little bit. And right underneath the course outline is the syllabus. So there are 12 topics of which you have to complete 8. And this is also detailed in the How to Do Well in This Course video. But here you can see just a short dot point list of each of the topics that we cover. So that's the syllabus. We also have an equation and data sheet, and this is a list of the equations that are in each of the topics. So for each topic that you have, you can download this equation sheet, and you'll need this for your exam, and also you might want it during your practice quizzes or while you're doing the lecture. So it's really good to, just download this and for the topic that you're doing. We also have a periodic table here, as well as links to, plagiarism and academic integrity information and the textbook, which you can access free from the library. Just underneath that, there's also a video about how the quiz questions work and how the tutorial problems in the lectures work. And it's really important to watch that, because what basically happens is you attempt the question and then you can click check, and then a solution or a hint will pop up. So that's really helpful to know. So to actually practice using those types of questions and inputting information, because you'll have to input, numbers or, formulas and things like that, I would recommend doing this stack orientation exercise. And because stack is the question type that we use. Right underneath that is discussion forums. So when you join the course, you'll be put into a tutorial group, and the discussion forum for your tutorial group is going to pop up there, but there's also a general course discussion forum only for questions about how the course runs. Topic related discussion forums are in each of the topic sections. We also have course staff here, and this is a good way to get to know your staff, know what they look like, and also their contact details. Okay, so that's all in important course information. Let's have a look at the investigations. So in the investigations, what you can see here right at the top are some learning resources. This is really good if you're not sure, for example, how to do significant figures or linear regression or uncertainties. These are really useful for you to know, because you'll need them for when you're doing your investigations. Underneath the investigations title here, you can see we have experimental techniques, kettle investigation. So the kettle investigation, that's actually one of the investigations that you can do. So if we go back to the course outline here, we can see that each of our topics are split by different levels. So when you first join the course, you'll have access to the level 1 topics. And once you've completed the level 1 topics, you then have access to level 2 topics. But of course, you don't have to complete all of the level 1 topics. You just have to complete the prerequisites to get access to certain level 2 topics. And the reason that I say that is because it becomes more important when you want to do your investigations. So the investigations are linked to specific topics. For you to understand how to complete a certain investigation, you need to have completed certain topics in the course. So that's why these investigations are linked to specific topics in the course. That lets you know what topic you have to have completed to complete that investigation. So if we just hang on this page for a bit, we can see, for example, if we want to do topic 2, why does your kettle boil? Because we want to do the specific heat of water or the kettle investigation, you have to complete the prerequisite topic of how does a street lamp work. So the way that this table is set up is we've split them up by the different levels, but we've also kind of put them into columns where you can easily see that if you track down a column, that basically outlines all of the prerequisites for you. So for example, topic 3 is a prerequisite for topic 4. Now you don't have to do these in any specific order. You just need to do them in an order in which you can unlock the the next sort of topic. So for example, you can do topic 1, then you might decide to do topic 5, then you might decide to do topic 6, but then you might go back to topic 7, but then you might go back to topic 2, because remember, you've already done topic 1. So you can do them in whatever order you want. You just need to make sure that you've done the appropriate topics to have access to investigations to be able to do them at the specific times. So for example, the first investigation is due in week 3. You can see all of the first investigations. There are 3 at level 2. So that means you have to have done at least 2 topics to get access to the first investigation. Now, the reason I got onto that was this kettle investigation walkthrough. So this specific heat of water investigation, which we also call the kettle investigation, there's actually a walkthrough of how to do it and how to analyze your data. So it's actually, if you want a good practice, if you want practice, or if you actually want to do this investigation, I would recommend doing the specific heat of water, because there's a bit of a walkthrough here on how to actually do it and analyze your data. So to actually pick which investigation you want to do, there's a couple of different steps. You need to have, so there's 2 steps to actually completing your investigation, and that's what these choices here are. So what you need to have done, firstly, is you need to have done the prerequisite topics as outlined in the course outline, but you also need to select which investigation you want to do. So for example, in week 3, for the week 3 investigation, for those 2 weeks, weeks 2 and week 3, you will have to choose which investigation you want to do. So for an investigation, you get sort of the leading 2 weeks to choose which investigation you want to do. So if we click on here in week 3, what you need to do is assign yourself which investigation you want to do. And you can't access the investigation information until you've done that. So for example, I might say I want to do the kettle investigation. Cool. I'm now a member of that. I can leave that if I don't want to do the investigation, but now that I've done that, it makes it a lot, that's the first step. The second step, and you can see here, I can't actually access the kettle investigation until the Why Does Your Kettle Boil online lecture is complete. So they're the 2 steps. You need to make sure you've done the topic and assigned yourself to that investigation on Moodle. So I'm going to skip the final report because really quickly, because what I'll show you is how do you actually complete the topics. So like we said, all of the level 1 topics, topics 1, 5 and 7 are available to you when you first log in. And to complete the topic, you can see there is an online lecture, a practice quiz, and the discussion forum. So this discussion forum here is where you actually ask content-related questions. So let's go to the online lecture. You can see here there's a bit of an introductory video just so you can get an idea of what is actually going to be done in that topic, some additional information, and then here you can see the links to the textbook chapters and also PDF notes. So if you click on that, this is a really good just rundown and a summary of everything that's been covered in this topic. Okay, so to actually complete the lecture, you go attempt quiz now, and then this will open up. This is where you watch your lecture videos and attempt your problems. And you can see here, I'm just putting in anything here, and then you can check, and then if you get the answer wrong, you can see that a solution video pops up with some extra information. So then you go through, there's a bunch of those. You can navigate with this at the top left here, the quiz navigation. Then there's a bunch of tutorial problems at the end for you to try. Once you've finished, you just click Finished Attempt, Submit All and Finish. And then once you've done that, you can see you can review all of the answers that you've put in. And then once you've done that, click Finish Review. You can also review this back here, and you can see you've got also feedback available, so you can go back and actually review your attempt. Now you can notice that I don't have to have gotten everything correct for the lecture to be marked as complete, because you don't have to get 100% for it to just be marked as complete. What I would then recommend you doing is actually doing the practice quiz. But for the sake of this video, I'll just show you that now the Why Does Your Kettle Boil topic has now become available to me. All the ones that aren't available to you, you can see there's nothing there. You need, for all of these to pop up, you have to have completed the prerequisite activities. So if I go back to the Moodle page though, what you'll see is still the kettle investigation is not available because the online lecture is not complete. So I now have to go in and complete this online lecture. Remember, I can access PDF notes here, and then I can attempt the lecture quiz. And I'm just going to put in some bogus numbers here. Let's just check that. Okay, obviously I've gotten them wrong. Let's finish the attempt. I wouldn't recommend you actually complete the lectures this way, purely because you're not actually learning anything. But now that we've done that, let's go back here. So we can see that now the Why Does Your Kettle Boil online lecture is complete. If we go up here, aha, we can access the kettle investigation now. So if I click on that, you can see I have access to everything. I can access the information that I need to complete the kettle investigation. You can either navigate using the top left up here or clicking these arrows to actually submit the assignment. So that is how you navigate the investigations and complete the lectures on Moodle. Finally, the final report, all of your information about the final report is here. This is also where you submit the draft and final submission. And that is how you navigate the Moodle page and how you complete the lectures. And I really hope you enjoy this course.